What's up, guys? This is FreakEng. If you've heard the news already, or if you haven't, we have some huge news as if you are a part of either Jesus Freaks or Christian Clan. The news is Christian Clan and Jesus Freaks are now becoming one joint clan. Just absolutely insane. And so let me help you understand how that came about and just what happened leading up to that, to the point where we said to each other, okay, let's do this. Let's bring this about. And bring these two very, very fun clans together. So a few months ago, if you've been a part of this clan or Jesus Freaks or Christian Clan for any length of time, you know that we have either weekly or every other week tournaments together. And that was started because I just said, hey, let's go over to the biggest clan and just see what happens. And so I jumped out of the clan that I lead, Jesus Freaks, and I hopped over to Christian Clan. And I just said, hey, what would it look like for us to do tournaments together? You know, if we just kind of pooled some resources and put these on just to kind of really just have fun. And Baron von Spree, the leader, he just absolutely loved it. And the two of us formed a relationship, or von Spee, sorry, I said that wrong. And so because of the two of us building this relationship over the app Line, we just kind of realized, wow, we approach the game and our leadership of the game to our two different clans very, very similarly. And so the idea to merge actually came up, I feel like Baron had mentioned it a few months ago even, just kind of throwing out the idea like, hey, what if we combined? What if we did this one giant clan idea? You know, for me, the timing wasn't right. It was just one of those things where we were having some weirdness going on in our clan, and we kind of had almost like a church split, which was really too bad. We lost a few good people, you know, and the invitation is always open for them to come back. But really what happened was just through the process of us continuously talking and sharing ideas about how we lead and implementing these different policies. And for us, it was getting the right people in the right place and building this infrastructure of making sure that we're consistent, making sure that we're enforcing our policies as far as what our minimum goals are for each person, and just the direction of the game. And then having really three very active clans for us, we knew for at least me and my team in our leadership for JF1, we knew that we had to either make a fourth clan, which that's just a hard transition. But we also looked at the option of just saying, what if we combined with Christian Clan? And so I threw the idea out and I said, hey guys, what if we did this? You know, what would it look like? And before we threw the idea out to Baron, before I reached out to him and said, hey, we're thinking about this, I wanted to make sure that my leadership team on my side, my end, was all in with this idea. And so we kind of molded over what would it look like, how would we break it up? And the more we talked about it, the more it just seemed to make sense for us. The more it seemed to be the direction that we really wanted to go, being a very competitive clan, but also having a place for casual players, not really wanting to create a fourth clan and just keep that process going. We saw what Christian Clan was doing with their feeders, and we really liked the structure that they had already. And so I reached out to Baron, and Baron, it's just been such an enjoyable process to go through the past 2 weeks or so we've been doing this, because we come so much from the same perspective, and whenever it gets to the point where we don't know each other personally just through the game, but every time it comes to the point where it's like, well, we could disagree here, I wonder what's going to look like, we end up agreeing, or one of us ends up sacrificing and saying, you know what, I'll do this just for the sake of this merger. And it's just been very enjoyable to go through. And so, for you listening, being a part of Christian Clan or Jesus Freaks, being in our clan for the past year, knowing that this game has been out for a year, we just get the sense that this game is here to stay. And, unless some Town Hall 11 type update comes out, if you play Clash of Clans, you know what I'm talking about, this game probably is not going to lose energy. I mean, where we are now, this game makes $2 million a year just from in-app, or a day, sorry, just from in-app purchases. And so we really see this game staying, and we want to have a felt presence in the game. We want Christians to know that if they want to be in that kind of environment in this game, they should join our clan. And even if there are people that aren't necessarily Christians, they're welcome and they can be in our clan. And, obviously we have policies in place about chat and whatnot, but we all need Jesus. And if they can meet Jesus through our ministry in this game, I mean, think about that, to be able to witness to people graciously over the chat, or however, to answer questions. I mean, wow, what a way to reach people where they are in this game. And so that's kind of the heart behind the merger. And so this is coming from my heart. This is coming from Barron, is we just ask for a lot of grace in this time of transition. We're going to have to be moving people, and there might be a little bit of confusion, but just ask, shoot us a message, say, hey, how can I help? Rather than to be a voice of criticism, be a voice of encouragement and say, hey, let's figure this out. Let's do it. Give us grace as far as placement, because we have a lot of people over 4K, and believe it or not, there were people like myself. I'm at 4,100. I won't be in the top clan because I do not have enough trophies. And so that's okay. I'm going to be the leader of the second esports clan. And so there are things about the clans that we're going to lay out very specifically. And so please be a part of Line. We have to have you a part of Line, an active a part of Line. Please follow the policies that we place when we talk about, or when we have our conversations online. Don't just jump online and start spamming it with random things about, whatever. Use discretion, be mature for the sake of the other couple hundred people in the clans. We don't want to wake up with 3,000 notifications because you guys were just sending each other emojis. Like, that's, I don't know how to graciously say that other than just to say it. There's kind of no way around it. You know what I mean? Be a team player. Let's push together to create this amazing experience for all of us, and all of us have to contribute to that. If one person tries to leak a password, if one person starts BMing, if one person starts, just cussing it up in chat or criticizing leadership without offering suggestions, it's everyone needs to be on board. And so I just ask for a lot of grace from all of you. Please send me or Barron a direct message if you've got questions, or one of the other co's. We will be glad to answer questions, but honestly, what we want from this clan is we want to be able to provide Christian environment where we feel safe, where we can engage the world, where when we play other people in the world, then they see that we don't BM, we don't throw a cry face at the end once we've 3-crowned them, whatever. And then that may attract people to say, wow, this is a clan that is legit. And even if it's just a silly way to bring someone to Christ, that's bringing someone to Christ. And so we don't want to discount what the Spirit can do. So, hey, we are just excited. If you have more questions, let us know. But this is FreakEng signing out.